Hello there. You are welcome to class today. My name is Jude Chukwudi Ilobelu, your facilitator and your coordinator for this program. We are in Excel day 7 of our class. We have been able to make a lot of improvement, a lot of headway. As long and as far as Excel is concerned, we have been able to make a lot of improvement. And today we are going to go further into knowing how to use Excel as a professional. Today we are looking at the creation and the building of dashboard. Building of dashboard. Dashboard is an integral and important aspect of Excel. It helps you to do a lot of things, which I will be explaining as we continue in the class. I just want you to have a view of what a typical dashboard looks like, and I have many of them to show us in our class today. This is another dashboard. This is for Coca-Cola financial data set practice. At just a glance, you can be able to see a lot of information embedded in just a single screen, a single view. That is what dashboard does. So you can also look at another dashboard. This house rent dashboard, and not only are we seeing this, you can also interact with it. It's an interactive dashboard. As I touch it, you see figures changing, the view of what we have is just dynamic. Just a click will change a lot of things and give you a lot of information at your tip. Let's look at another one again. This is for pizza sales, both what they call the category. For instance, click on it, you see your figure change, you see the diagram change. This is called a dashboard. So let's go back to the beginning. I will be using Coca-Cola financial data set, and when we are through with our experience for today, you have something that looks like this, or we can produce a new dynamics, completely a new set of diagrams, a new set of values, a new set of figures to take home what we want to do. But this is where we are headed to. So we're going to start right away on how to build and create a dashboard. So the data we have is Coca-Cola financial data set. You can say common data set that can be seen, and you can download it online, but I will also send it to you when the time is right so that you can also use it for your work. So when you have to build a dashboard, I will start by after finishing this dashboard, I will let you see the difference between a dynamic or an interactive dashboard with a static dashboard. There are two different things altogether. We'll start from static and we'll now move to dynamic. So when you have values like this, the first thing you will do is to put up a table. This is just a raw data from the company's data set or from wherever you obtained yours from. It may not give you a lot of information as you desire, but the basic things that you should look at first of all is to be sure that the data set does not have empty value. Once that is done, you also look at understand your data. We have retailer's ID, we have invoice date, we have the region, we have the state, we have city, we have the beverage brand, we have the days to deliver, we have delivery company, we have a price per unit, unit sold, total sales, operating profit, operating margin. So all these are there. So for you to create a table, the first thing you do, just click on anywhere within the provided values. Once you have done that, come up under your home, go to your style and go to table. You click on the table, it will open up the choice that you want to use. I always advise you either go for the light or the medium, but don't have it as a habit to go for this heavy branded kind of table outlook. They make a hell of nonsense to your work. The lighter the better. So let's pick something like this. You see, once I've clicked on it, you see this moving dash showing you the area of coverage. It has covered the whole thing by IntelliSense. So, and it's also telling us that my table has header which has been checked already, so it is covered. So I click on OK. Once I do that, I will have my table that have been formatted for me. That is what I've just done. You see that the table is formatted for me. From this, I can also have further view. By clicking on this arrow pointing down, I will see that I have 1 2 3 4 items under the retailer. I have 4 set of retailers: Costco, CVS, Target, Walmart. Okay, it's giving me a new set of information. I can also look at the date. You see, I have 2022 as my date. 2022 as my date. Okay, I look at the region. How many regions do you have? We have Midwest, Northwest, and Northeast. About 1 2 3 4 5 regions. The states are all represented. So you look at it one after the other to give you a view of your data. After we have done that, remember we want to do what? To set up a dashboard. So the next thing we are going to do is to use a pivot table. Pivot table is the next step to take. So how do we do that? You click on any space, any just touch on any data. Once you have done this, you see what I've done now. You go to your insert and click on insert. When you click on insert, you have the option of using your pivot table direct, just the table without chart, or you can go to pivot table and chart, and you can even go to pivot chart or pivot table and chart. But for this, I'm going to take on the pivot table. I want to see a table for pivot, and once I've done that, you see this in dialog table comes up with some basic demands. So you want to start this work on a new sheet, which of course I will permit that, and the table that is covering is table 1. So under the table 1, you see the same arrow, the same shiny dotted moving a kind of squirrel arrow or pathway, which was we saw just a few minutes ago. Is covering the area of coverage is there. So all I need to do is just to click OK. Once I've done that, it has brought me to a new sheet which is called sheet 2. So I can come back here and rename this sheet 1 and call it Coca-Cola financial fin data set, just to guide what I'm doing. So coming back to this table, now the question is that how many pivot table do I want to create? That is the next question that comes to mind, because it has a rule and a convention and overlaying idea, which when you follow, you will not model your work and it will give you what you are looking for. Now, but before that, when you look at the pivot table, you will see that we have the table build up and we have our pivot field. This pivot field, you see some names like retailer ID, invoice date, region, state, city. All the information we are seeing here are the information that came from here. So when you look again at the column top, that is the headings for the column, you see the retailer ID in the same manner up to the end, the operation margin. So all this is what is appearing in our pivot table. So you can see that by clicking on this and bringing it down to whatever we have already captured there. So looking at it again to be sure that information we need are there. Peradventure what you need is not there, there's a way you can also use um, your calculation function to bring them into your pivot table. But for now we are going to ask ourselves how many charts do we want to show in our dashboard. Remember, any chart that you want to show should capture the key performance indicators. That means what is driving the business or what is behind your investigation. What is those macro perspective or the micro perspective that are altering the business or the outcome of the business is what we look out for. So going again into this our work, we'll look at it again. We should know that breviary band is an important aspect. The retailer is also important. The total sale is of essence too, and operating profit is there. So these are the things we should be looking at for as the drivers of this business. So you will have a mindset of maybe producing about 5 or 6 within 4 and 6 charts so that to make it manageable. So if we want to do that, the next thing we do, you come to this pivot table and we create extra 4 or 5. So how do we do it? Just click on this sheet. When you click on it, you will see this dialog. Come to this move or copy and click on it. You see we'll have Coca-Cola fin dataset, the one I just wrote now, and we'll have the one we are operating now. So just click on create a copy and click OK. A new sheet has been created. Still go ahead and repeat the same process to get as many pivot table you wish to have. I will tell you why we are doing this. The reason why we are doing this is to be sure that our data source is from one place, so that when we begin to create our dashboard, it will not have any issue. It will not disturb our work. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is the primary reason why we do that. So let me click one more. Okay. So we are able to get about 5 or 6 pivot table. So we'll begin to populate our work. We may start from this point or we may come from a starting point. It doesn't really matter. So I can start here. So when I come here, I'm looking at the retailer. I want to see the retailer and I want to see the sales, total sales that these retailers have been able to get for this business. And we can see we have the retailers here and the total sales for this, and it is not on any margin. So you in the normal Excel convention, you want to put maybe dollar, since it is US financial sale, and you come over here and you look for instance the currency, and you just click on the currency. For instance, if I've clicked on maybe one of them and come here and pick on currency, it will give me something like this. But I'm not working on pounds, so I will leave this state. Normally what I will do is simple: click on this, stroke down, then have a right click on your tab go to your value field setting. When you go to your value field setting, go to your number format and you go to the same currency. Some of your Excel will give you what I wanted to do now can be done casually, but some Excel will not allow you to do it casually. So for you to be on the safe side, follow this my step one after the other. Now we want to see if it are we permitting decimal places. For this work I will say no, let's leave it as 0. The symbol is showing us pounds. I will go down and pick dollar, US dollar, and click on it and click OK, then click OK again. You see that your work has been placed on dollar. I can also come again, click on this work, go to sort. If it's not showing you an answer, you come out again, click on the retail itself. When you click on it and go to sort, you can sort from the biggest to the lowest. I'm having some issue here. I want to know how it is sorting, but it's not the main thing we are doing. Let me see. Okay, let's look at it again. So let's leave it for now. We'll get to that. That is not our main issue in sorting, whether we're sorting from the lowest to the highest. Sometimes you want to arrange according to your label, and it will not go according to your expectation. So once we have gotten this, we can see that we have the retailers and the value of their sales within the given period. We can now rename this, and we can say it is retail sales by retailers. Sales by retailers. So we'll go to the next one. Want to see profit by region. Want to look at the region and look at the profit. So click on the region and we'll go to the operating profit. So we'll go again and repeat the same process. Go to the number format. We pick on currency. We remove the decimal place. We change the sign from pounds to dollar. Then we click OK 2 times and we have converted this. Then we can call this profit by region. Okay, so we can open the third one. What do we want to see? We want to see what is happening to maybe the brand. We now will pick on the beverage brand, and we'll also look at maybe the profit based on beverage brands. So we are seeing the profit based on beverage brand. So by looking at this, it is giving us a clue or a direction of where this market is headed to, or the drivers of this market. But we're still building an idea. Remember, the dashboard we want to create is an interactive dashboard. Being an interactive dashboard, a lot of information can be learned by just a glance. So I call this profit by region. Profit by region. Sorry, profit by by brand, profit by the different brand. Now we'll go to under of our want to see maybe the state, want to see the sales per state. So we'll come over here, we'll pick on the states, and we'll go to the sales. We can also decide to go to the sales and drag it and put it in value. It will still populate and give us the same answer. It's not all the time we click, and we can also do multiple, but for this a simple dashboard, we don't want to make it complicated by any standard. So we repeat, want to see the sales per state. So we repeat the same procedure. Go to value setting, go to number format, we go to currency, we reduce the decimal place to 0, we change the pounds to dollar, and we say okay twice again, and we have gotten our values. Okay, so we remain this to be profit. I think it says we looked at, let's look at it again to be sure. Let's touch it to see total sale. Okay, sales by state. Okay, sales by state. So sometimes we name in respect to what we are doing. So we have two more sheets. We can also look at delivery company price, so total. No, we can look at something like profit per retailer too. Want to see the profit per retailer. So look at the profit per retailer too. So now we are still doing some raw work. It doesn't look as if it's making sense to us. By the time we begin to visualize and begin to add some weight to our work, it will begin to make important sense for you as an analyst or as a data scientist. Okay, so I've gotten this. So maybe we'll look at one more thing. We can look at the delivery company, and what are we looking at from delivery company? By units sold, delivery company by the units sold. This is not in monetary terms, so we can have this. Okay, having done this, the next thing to do is to begin to create some visual. So for this excuse me, okay, going again by sales by state, I can also copy it and double it, or we can do something with the sales by state. What we'll do here is simple. We want to also have a kind of a map for our work, and sales by state to give us a better view when it comes to that. So if I have it like this, I will quickly click on any part of it, go to field setting, and go to layout printout. When you go to layout, you click on show item label in tabular form and also to repeat item, because the pivot that we want to use, the map setting does not work with pivot. So for that we need to do this. So after we have done that, it has come as a table. I can now copy this separately, removing the total. Ctrl C, and you now bring it outside somewhere here. Go to your pasting option and go to paste special. We are removing any kind of connection, so we just want just the value for this. So we are removing the pivot linkage or pivot strength. So click OK. So normally I will want to maintain the same width, which is not mandatory. So when I have done that, I will now have this. When I have this value that has no connection with pivot, I will now go to insert. When you go to insert, you go to map and click on the map. So go to map, you click on the map. The map will come in this fashion. So what we need to do now is to give the characteristic essence of this map to our chart. So to do that, we go to our select data. Be careful on this page. Click on select data. Now you have a series that is running there. You remove it. So the next thing you do is you click on add. I am working on state. I can give it a name if I so wish. So give it a name state. So you go to your series. When you go to your series, you come to the values, click on it, shift control down. As you're clicking, it is resident here. You click OK. So the state has gotten some values. So the next thing is to edit. So the edit, you need a range too. So you come over here, click on the first state, and you bring it down, and you click OK. Once you have done that, you click OK. Your state has come up. The state has come up. You can decide to remove the chart. Then the next thing to do is to remove this table value that we use to create our map. So how do we do it? Come again to the select data. You can see that it is appearing under column D and column E. As we can see here, you can see column D and you can see column E here. So come under the column D and remove it and replace it with column A. So you replace it with A, you type A, and you come over for the one for E, remove it and put B, and you click OK. So once you have done that, the pivot has now captured your work. So you now delete this because you don't need it again. You delete it. So now you now have your map. So the next thing you may want to do, you may like to maybe change the design of this, and you want to do that, all you need to do is you can click on this and come to insert, and you go to chart design and go to change color. You may decide any color of your choice as you so wish. So I would like to take this. So let's continue with our formatting. Profit by region. You ask yourself, what kind of data do you want to show this profit by region? So to do that, you click on any of the value inside, go to insert, and you go to recommended chart. You see that recommended chart, you are limited, just few of the charts can be able to do work for you. So to overcome this, we just come out of this, just click on X, come and copy this value and just do almost what we did earlier. Go to home, go to paste, just paste your value, maintain width. When you go to insert now, go again to the say recommended value. You see that the value option now has improved. You can do some of these things that have been advertised to us here, or you can even go to do more than that. It will give you the room to do that. You can use your sunburst, you can use waterfall, you can use funnel, you can use whatever you want. So let's go and use let's use the funnel, and we'll click OK. You see that our funnel chart has come up. So after that, we will now come again and shift the emphasis to the pivot by cleaning this D with A and E with B, and click on OK. So we can now delete this and delete this. So we now have this as a chart. We'll come back to make it look better, or can as well go ahead to make it look nicer by put up our label. You touch on it double and you bolding it and make it to be white. Okay. You can also so we can still do further formatting as far as this work is concerned. You can format it more, you can even change the, maybe put it on red. You can come here and format this series. Come to formatting series, maybe look at the border. You want to put solid line on the border, it's okay. You change the title, what do we name it? This is profit by region. So write profit by region. we'll make it to be bold. We'll go to home and maybe make it red. Okay, we have been able to do something here. Look at the profit by brand. We can also come to insert and look at the options we have there. Okay, we can say let's use a bar chart. So when we have something like this, see that this field option is always making our work to look small, and you need to overcome this. So what do? You come to this field is always obtained from your insert. You can go to our pivot chart analyze. You see your field bottom, you click on it, come under hide all and click on it. So once you have done that, it will hide those fields for you to give you space to maneuver your work. Then you come to begin to clean up our work. We remove the grid lines. What else can we do here? We can maybe come to label axis, take up this, we can click on it and go to home, maybe change it and make it bolder. Then because we have written it, we can now remove this by clicking on delete. Then open up this and shift it up a bit. Okay, we can now move our legend up so it will not interfere with our work. We'll come to this side and we'll click it again, make it bolder. Can maybe change to something darker. Okay, we can increase this. We'll now rename it. What name do we give it? Profit by brand. So say profit by brand. Okay, we are making progress here. So we now come to home and you can maybe change this to red. Okay, so right, so increase this a bit. So we can also maybe format this further by going to data series, going to the fill, go to border, click on solid line. I like it on yellow, I'll leave it at that. Okay, can even change this color if you want to darker or lighter color. The choice is yours. So we have been making progress to see if we can be able to design our, okay, for this we'll see if we can be able to use maybe let's look at the recommended chart. We can look at pie chart and go for pie chart. So having pie chart too, we can come again to our field button and hide whatever we can hide there and bring this one down. Then we can change the name to sales by retailer, sales by retailers. Control B, we change the format maybe to bread. So we can come further to format this work, but before then we can click on this first and see what we can do from here. We have try to and change it maybe to red and bolding it. Want it to be legible, but it's not looking legible, so we can change it to white, for instance. Let's change color to white. Okay, can increase the size and bring it down, and still increase the size a bit. Okay, so this is says by retailer. We're making progress here. Okay, this is retailers by operating profit or by profit by retailer. Okay, let's see what we can do here. We'll click on insert and go to our recommended chart and see what we can do from here. We can maybe take on this. Okay, come to field. We'll hide what we can hide. Clean up the grid line. We'll come over here. We format this by coming to none, clicking on it. You can see it's in million, few millions. You can see okay, it'll give us thousands. Let's see if we can make it a bit shorter. Then we can also come here, go to sort it from highest to lowest. Then we can also come here and go to data label to show us our values, and click on it and make it to be bolder. Maybe change the color to red. Since it's on white background, we'll come here too and click on it, make it bolder. Maybe change the color to dark blue and make this one bolder too, and make it dark blue too. Now let's see. Yes, the dark blue is okay. Then this can be red. Okay, bolder. Then we'll give it a title. The title should be Profit by Retailers. Profit by Retailers. You can put it on red. You can also shift the legend up so that I can further expand the space for this. Okay, and bring it up a bit. Okay, okay, so here too we have not named it. Here is profit by retailers. Okay, so the next thing, I think this should be the last one. So here we're having the delivery company and the quantities that was sold. Let me look at our map again. If there's a better option outside of, if there's a quantity could have quantity could have better delivered. Okay, there's no quantity, so for the sake of studies, let's just leave it like this, because we know that delivery should be more concerned with quantities delivered and not units sold. But let's use it for the sake of studies. So what do we do here? We go to insert, or let's see if we can use those data, that will not ordinarily come out. Excuse me. So we'll take the value so that we're able to okay. Okay, let's continue. Let's look at our recommended values. We have used this. Let's look for other charts that can be able to okay. Let's use the sum burst. Okay. So let's go to select data. We change and we change to B. Click OK. Remove this. Then we remove this. That's alright. So we'll see what we can be able to so I can be able to start our so we can do further formatting. We're going to the series, gradient, automatic, solid line. Okay, what else can we do here? We can look at this and see what we can be able to come out of here. So that is so we want to set our work to see so we're able to see values on our chart. So we'll now name it. So what do we call it? So this is the delivery. Call it says by delivery company. Okay, company, yeah. So Let's make sure of the spelling. Yeah. So having done that, we can also sales by delivery company. So we have been able to get our values for each. So the next thing is for us to start building our dashboard. So to build our dashboard, we open up a new sheet, name it dashboard, and the first thing we do is to click on the small triangle here and we'll go to view and we remove the grid lines to leave it plain for us. So the next thing we do, we'll come to any of the sheet. We can also push the dashboard to the starting point. Come to this, for instance, and then go to click on any part here inside your work here and go to insert, and you can pick on the time slicer. So with the time slicer helps us to have a kind of a summarized viewing as relates to time over period. So we'll click on it to create our slicer. So once we have done that, you can click on it and do Ctrl X and you bring it to dashboard, and Ctrl V, it will be on your dashboard. So the next thing we're going to do, come back again to the delivery. We'll go to our slicer by following the same process. Go to insert, you now go to your slicer, click on slicer, then the slicer will come up. What are those things that you need to also put that will help to slice your work to reduce the bulkiness of your work? We can pick region, we can pick state, we can pick retailer, we can pick mostly at this particular point what you should be looking at for are not the major aspect of your calculation, but you're looking at the categorical aspect of your calculation. Those ones that have category, that have names, not the one that has calculation embedded in them, but the one that has name. Already we have some calculation symmetric that can give us that. You can also pick beverage brand. Don't pick too much. 1 2 3 4 4 should be enough. Let's see something that is overly important that we have missed. Delivery company is already captured in the work. The brand is of essence. The state, the region. We can also pick the city. Depends. Let's take this first for now. So all these ones are coming up. So to bring it over, you just click on it, Ctrl X, and you bring it to the dashboard. At this point, we are just bringing everything to the dashboard. So the next thing we're going to do is to begin to bring in the charts that we have created in the different sheets onto the dashboard. I will not want to cut it off. I'll just copy it for reference sake, or maybe issue may come up, so it's better I copy, Ctrl C, and I come to the dashboard. I place it here. I go to the next one, profit by retail. Control C. The next one, sales by state. Control C. The next one, let's say profit by brand. Control C. Go again. Profit by brand, profit by region. Control C. Let's go again. Profit by region. I think the last one should be sales by retailer. Control C. Okay. We have been able to bring what we need in our dashboard. So the next thing now is to begin to set it up to make it look okay. Then we'll begin to do other things. So you follow me as we work. So we have to resize most of what we have, seeing that our dashboard is not need to carry everything. So we'll continue first to bring it up. So you drag and resize. You drag and you resize. Okay, so we'll continue resizing. So you take your time to do this. It is time demanding, but it worth it because you need to be sure of what you are doing. You need to be presentable. Okay. Okay, so we can now begin to maybe reduce some resize and look at our work again, and this need to be reduced a bit to accommodate this. Okay, so is this going to be reduced? Yes. So we have been able to build an exciting dashboard. This dashboard has all that we are envisaging, just for little arrangement, and we're okay. Now it has space for date maneuvering. You can see state, city, the region, the retailer, the beverage, which you can also touch. But for now, we're leaving at that. But it has one problem. So we can just call this a dashboard. Now, if I want to see maybe what happened in August and I click on this dashboard, it will only but affect very few things. Just see it affected this sales delivery company, and I click July. It's only one tab that is moving. So, and I want to see region. You see that it's only one tab that is moving. I want to see retailer. It's only one tab that is moving. Others are not moving, but they are showing something. I'm clicking state. It is just one tab. City, just one tab. So when we have something like this, you call it a static dashboard. It is static because it is not reflecting the changes that we anticipate as we click on the different aspects of our work here. So we call it static. So we can change that by making our work interactive and dynamic. So to do it is very simple. Look at what you are going to do. First of all, you come to this space, this invoice date, you click on it. When you right click, you see a dialog. Look at it critically. You see we have report connection. You click on this report connection. It is only working on pivot 20 sales by delivery company. That is why we are seeing what is happening. Now check every other ones here so that they can also work in consonance. By this you are making it dynamic, and you click OK. So you do the same thing for region. Right click, go to report connection and click everything there. Go to state, right click, go to report connection and also do the same. So that once you have done that, you have made your work to become dynamic and at the same time interactive. Go to city and click. go to, let's see, I've done region. I've done region. I've done retailer. We'll click on it again. Or retailer. And click OK. Go to beverage brand. We're still coming back again to do more thing there. And click on it. As you're clicking, you see something is happening here. It's trying to adjust to these important changes. So once we have done that, we can also come here. Assuming you want to change the name, it is possible here. When you go to slicer setting, you click it, go to the display header here, whatever you want to see there. Maybe you want it to be on capital letter, and click on it. It will change to capital letter. So once you have done that, now we have made this work to become what? Dynamic. So now when you now go again and click on maybe August, you see that every facet of the diagram, the chart is affected. We are now seeing the activity by August. We are now seeing the activity on August in the work. See, profit by region is captured mostly by the western side of the figures. I need to shift a bit to show us clearer. To kind of reduce this setting. Okay. So we'll come again. Maybe we'll close this. We want to see what is happening to just the west. I'll click on west. You see, we're seeing the activities of the west. You can see the scale of activity very strong for west. Profit by retailer. You see CBS is the company, the retailer company by the west, and this is their target. And you can see the profit by brand are displayed. So you come again, you close this. You want to see the beverage brand and their activities. Maybe you look at Alabama, for instance. It's not showing here, but it's showing in other places. So you can be able to interact. You want to look at what CBS and Tosco was there in another one. Then look at beverage now, Coca-Cola, for instance. How is it faring? We can see from this map the darker places, Arizona and Florida and New York has very high sale. The value for New York is 131,275, and the value for Florida is 128. You can see that here. You can see here even the delivery service, what they were able to deliver. You can see what these retailers were able to make up. So this is a dynamic dashboard. We have been able to create a dynamic dashboard from Coca-Cola financial sales report with this. You can also, now this is what is remaining for us to do now, is to, maybe I can increase the size of this a bit to capture more details. So we can do further thing here. After we have done this, the next thing we can do is to, because it's a dashboard, it will not be nice to be looking at all this. It looks as if you are still doing your work, your back work, or your assignment has not been concluded. So what you do after you have finished this, you can come over here outside of the dashboard. You can click on it. You can hold on to the shift and click the second and the third and the fourth and the fifth until you click on everything that is here. Then you now remove your hand from shift, then right click your work and you click on the hide. See, it has now hidden those works that you did at the background. It is only visible to you but not to the audience. Then the next thing you do in order to make it more professional, you go to your view. When you go to your view, go and uncheck the heading too. You see that your work is now looking more professional. All you need to do is to tidy up the edges by using alignment to align your work critically, and your work is good to go. So this is how you can be able to, and this is the work we just created now. So if you are maybe to look at what we have done before in our Coca-Cola work, this is the one that we did before. There's no much difference, but a different idea altogether. And if you look at other ones that I've been doing before, like this, you see there's no more difference. So if you can be able to arrive at what we have just done now, I tell you, it's good that you give yourself a pat on the back, you take up a champagne and drink and congratulate yourself because you are making serious effort, you are making serious inroad as far as Excel is concerned. You can also share this work, you can share this work to your friends and those you wish that you can have access to your work, and save it to the cloud among others. So this is what you can also do for this work. So this is where we're going to stop today in our day 7 class. Take your time and study this work. Take the step after the other as we did, and you also arrive at where we have arrived. In case you have any issue, you need assistance, don't fail to call on us. Always remember, use your code to write to us, crystaldataconcept@gmail.com or crystaldataconceptc@gmail.com, or our WhatsApp number that has been advertised in the advertorial that comes with this work, and we will attend to you as quickly as possible. Remember that you don't just become excellent overnight. Constant practice, you make your mistake and you rise. That is what takes you to where you desire to be. We will continue to be your support team, your anchor team, to ensure that you achieve success. Creator Data Concept is always there for you. May knowledge be with you. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.
In today's world, data is the new gold. Data scientists unlock insights from raw information. They use statistical methods to analyze trends. Data analysts convert data into visual stories. By creating dashboards, they help organizations make informed decisions. Machine learning models can predict future outcomes. They identify patterns that aren't visible to the naked eye. Data cleaning ensures accuracy and analysis. Collaboration across departments enhances data insights. They utilize programming languages like Python and R for analysis. Cloud computing resources expand their capabilities. With big data, they tackle complex challenges across industries. Ethics in data science ensures responsible use of information. The future of data science looks bright with endless possibilities.